doing?
Morning. Your name, please?
Isaiah Gillespie.
Okay, be with you in just a moment, Mr. Gillespie, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Bill of State of Michigan versus Isaiah Gillespie, 22S 00108. All right. All right, we have a motion affidavit violation of probation. The allegations are that you failed the alcohol test via SoberLink on November 21st, November 21st, December 2nd, December 21st, December 27th, December 28th, December 29th, December 30th, December 31st, all of 2022. And for those reasons, a bench warrant issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mansour, you addressing bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Gillespie. We're here to address the probation violations. I do see two pending charges, assaultive charges in 14A2, I believe, at 1 p.m., which I will address. But as to this violation, I met with Mr. Gillespie earlier today. He told me he still has the sober link. It was cut off at 1/15, 2022. He's ready, willing, and able to reactivate it again if needed. As to the violations, he missed these tests during the holidays. He did tell me that he reached out to the court after the machine was malfunctioning and community corrections, which I give him credit for. After the link cut off, he didn't just stop and forget about it. He kept going to his meetings. He kept staying productive. He kept going to work. He does, however, vouch to be even more communicative, more on top of the court rules, more on top of everything. He was almost done. He was so excited to put probation behind him. And we spoke. He's willing to do every necessary step and prove to the court that he does take this very seriously. I would ask for a PR bond, Your Honor, but just like the case before me, and this is where I see these two charges as a potential issue, is because I'm unsure about the days accrued issue, pending his case later with Magistrate Fink. So again, I would like to leave it up to your discretion and the best interest of the court and the client to get everything straightened out. And I do have noted that he does have a medical marijuana card, and that's it, Your Honor.
Okay. What has he been seeing this afternoon on?
I believe it is a domestic, Your Honor.
Is that a new charge?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you were going through everything, I was reading the community corrections reports. They take copious notes and would have indicated in their report back to us if there's any attempted communication from Mr. Gillespie back to them, and I don't see that in here either. Again, that's just on the information I have here. They'll be hearing on it to sort all that out at a later date. But the other thing that's instructive to us here now is we have a new criminal charge while on probation. That'll, of course, necessitate a later arraignment on a subsequent violation in all likelihood. So we have this known violation and another one that's likely to appear here. All right, let me get a court date for this. All right, so given the totality of circumstances here, one, there were at least one previous violation in this matter. Two, communication dropped off and didn't exist from January now through September, so the defendant is absconded for at least 9 months without any concrete contact with the court. So voluntarily absconded, more or less, decided not to be in touch with us. And we have potential new allegations of criminal activity that would result in another violation of probation. The court does need the necessity of cash bond. Judge Washington set bond at $25,000 cash or corporate surety. There's been no indication that that bond should be adjusted or changed. So the bond is $25,000 cash, corporate surety to assure appearance at future court dates and for public safety. That next court date, October 3rd at 9 a.m. via Zoom. All right, Mr. Gillespie, you're all set for today.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have been going to do my screening and everything too. Can I-
Well, there'll be a hearing later on. I mean, your attorney's going to get in touch with you. Anything you can provide to them, especially anything in writing that shows what you've been up to and where you've been, you want to make sure you get that so you can present that. But I'm just kind of giving a general overview of the thing. Your attorney's going to advise you exactly what you want to do. Okay.
So, Your Honor, how what is you saying with my case?
What's that? Your bond? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The judge said at 25,000 cash surety. I've been presented with no information or anything here to indicate that it should be changed because you've absconded for almost 9 months now. You're on. Yes, sir. We have an address, 2 different addresses for you on Dartmouth. Is it 26203? Is that the right one?
Yes.
Okay. Not 26023, but 26203.
No, 26023.
023. Got it. Okay. All right.
So, she said 25,000 mine. I can't get out on my back on probation or nothing.
You can see if a bail bondsman is willing to post that for you. There'll be a hearing and everything's going to move forward from there next week. Okay.
Like
All right,
no,
so you're all set.
next week.
October 3rd. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Gillespie, we're gonna contact you soon. You have another court date or a court hearing coming up, so we got to get that taken care of, and then you got to take it one by one. Okay, right now.
I was thinking like at least put me back out on
Yeah, well, as of right now,
all the silver lane.
That's
as
up
of
to
right
Judge
now, we
Washington.
gotta
That's
wait.
up to Judge Washington next week. All right. You're all set for today. Okay.
You said next week.
October 3rd.
What's that?
I got other people I need to see, sir. So you can let them know you're done. Okay?
I'm saying I could lose my job and everything, with this.
Court's made its ruling. Okay. We're done arguing about it. Let them know you're done.
Your Honor, one more thing I was saying, I do, my job is very important, or I'm gonna lose where I stand at, Please.
So everything's been taken into consideration. The court's made its ruling. We're not arguing this anymore. Let the officers down there know you're done. I need to see the next person, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
let's hope that.
This is calling the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Anthony Liberty, 231464 A and B, 231933 A and B. I'm okay, how are you?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Hope for P 30758 on behalf of Mr. Liberty. Mr. Liberty, would you please put your name on the record?
Anthony Liberty.
I need to be much louder, sir.
Anthony Liberty.
All right, today's the date scheduled for arraignment pretrial on these matters, and
I didn't mean to cut the court off. However, the one case, which is the 23-1933, that's a Riverview case.
it is,
So I'm assuming we'll just do the arraignment.
yes.
Bring that to the court's attention before we get into the rest.
Okay, and so as to the arraignment of these matters, counsel.
Your Honor, as to both matters, he would stand mute to the charges, waiver form reading of those charges, and ask for a plea of not guilty be entered on this meeting.
All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf on both of these matters. To the 231933 matter, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty, schedule this matter for pretrial on August. September 6th. You're back here that day.
September 6th.
Yes.
That's a Riverview date?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. At 9:45.
Okay.
Okay, and as to the court's going, I already made the formal reading, entry plea not guilty for the 231464 matter, and as to the pretrial counsel.
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to discuss this matter with Mr. Liberty as well as with the prosecuting attorney. It's my understanding, Your Honor, that in return for a plea of guilty to the amended charge of disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct would be dismissed, as well as the civil infraction of the general parking. I've discussed with Mr. Liberty his constitutional rights. He understands those constitutional rights and understands those constitutional rights and wishes to waive those rights with respect to this plea. Also, Your Honor, this plea is to be taken under what's commonly referred to as 771.1, if eligible. I have also discussed with him what 771.1 means, and I believe he will be found eligible.
All right, please raise your right hand. Solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, and you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of disturbing the peace, you should be much louder, sir.
Guilty.
All right, and you've gone over your rights and rights, correct?
Yes.
Is that yes? You have that rights and rights from Mr. Goldbaum?
Yes, there should have been one there in the file.
I'm sorry?
There should have been one in the file.
Well, I understand that, but,
It was given to him.
okay, because it was, okay, well, that's the
I have
problem.
out of
Hold on, please. The problem is that you wrote both case numbers on the same form. So, can we just give him a new form instead of making a copy of this one?
Mr. Mayor, that's all right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then council, this will be the 1464 case numbers on that. Okay, so just add the 1464 A and B one. Joe, can you make a copy of this?
Yes.
Financial affidavit, we'll make a copy of that one. Okay. All right, and sir, I know you're signing that form as to this case, but you've already gone over those rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you understand all of those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also understand that you understand possible penalties as a result of your plea, whether in this court or any other court or administrative agency.
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does anybody promise you anything, threaten you, or coerce you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
Council, you can please go to your client.
Thank you. Mr. Liberty, back on June 15th of 2023, were you in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes.
And did there come a point in time when you were trying to fix a vehicle and the police arrived at the scene?
Yes.
And And during that conversation with the Wyandotte Police Department, did there come a point in time where you became argumentative and started to yell at them?
Yes.
And because of your activities, did the neighbors come out and start to listen to what was going on?
Yes.
And so you're disturbing the peace by your actions. And what the police are trying to do is try to help you out, right?
That's correct.
And satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the amended plea, dismiss the original charge per the plea agreement, as well as the parking charge to the other breaks. Please. That is. No. Okay. We'll schedule this matter for sentencing. What's that? What's that, counsel?
I was just explaining to you again, 771.1.
Okay. And the court will set this matter for sentencing on September 26th at 10 a.m. And the court will indicate 771 eligibility upon review
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what time did you say?
at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Yes, to bond counsel.
Your Honor, we're asking for a personal bond in both of these matters. Mr. Liberty has accepted responsibility. He is presently unemployed. He's been looking for more work. He's a mechanic. He has no prior criminal record for our research. We're asking for personal bond. He's now accepted responsibility and will be back in court long before the sentencing to address those other matters, which are non-assaultive nature as well. I think it deals with a
You're talking about the
the
1933?
rubber case.
Yes. Well, sir, okay, well, when's the last time you were employed?
I mean, so I haven't worked in over a year because I was I work on wind turbines, like windmills,
Yes.
UC up north, and they took my license last year for a year because of 2 5-over speeding tickets.
Who took your license?
Nebraska and Kansas. They gave me 6 points each.
For 5
For
over?
a 5-over speeding ticket. I swear to you, they tried to turn it. All I did was pass a lady on my way to work on a 1-lane highway in the country.
Hold on. So I'm going to presume that you were charged with reckless driving.
Reckless, just because I passed somebody out in the middle of the
Hold on. Listen. I'm not gonna get into all of that because I'm not in Nebraska or Kansas. However, so your license was revoked or
Pretty
something?
much for a whole year, yeah, and I haven't worked. So
Okay.
They took my life. So whatever.
No, sir, they didn't take your
No, they
livelihood.
did.
Sir,
6
Sir,
points.
sir, let me just clarify. The judge is not the one that behaved in the manner that you did, okay? Or a magistrate or whoever did that. So they didn't take your livelihood away. Let me just be very clear on that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. I know the judge didn't do it, but I don't know why 6 points is warranted over a 5-over speeding ticket. That's all I'm saying. That's
You
why.
didn't get a 5-over speeding ticket. You were charged with reckless driving, clearly.
Yes,
Yes,
that stemmed from a 5-over speeding ticket for passing someone that was going
Okay.
under the speed limit.
I wasn't there, sir, and I'm not the Department of Motor Vehicles for Nebraska or Kansas.
Okay.
Is everybody okay upstairs?
No, they're on the roof fixing.
Oh, on the roof, okay. Okay. So that doesn't answer the question as to why you're not working while you're here.
Because I have no vehicle and I have nothing. So I have no vehicle, I have it's suspended twice now over this stuff.
Okay, so you can't walk to work?
No, I cannot,
Why not?
because I can't, because I'm a journeyman millwright and I don't walk to work. I make $52 an hour.
So walking to work
I
is
will not
beneath
walk
you?
to yes, it is, absolutely. I will not work a regular job because I climb 2,800 feet a day. And I'm an elite worker, and I'm not gonna have some lady that called me in Kansas or Nebraska, ruin my life. So I'm waiting right now to get back to work and get a call from somebody. So I will not work at a dollar store. No, absolutely not. It's beneath me. That's correct. I've worked my whole life
So,
to be a millwright.
okay,
I'm not a dollar store guy. No offense to anybody that does. I don't cut anybody's hustle. But I know that I'm a 7-year millwright journeyman. So I am.
no doubt, sir, that you worked hard to attain that status.
Yes, ma'am.
No doubt.
Yes.
However, you would rather,
Be broke than do that.
can you please not interrupt me?
Yes, absolutely.
You would rather not work
Yes.
and earn $0 rather than work somewhere and earn some money.
Correct. Because I will not be reduced, like I said, by some lady or man, whoever wanted to call me out there, and give me, and eventually turn it into a reckless and take my license for a year. So no, I will not. I will not settle for a regular job. Thank you. That's pretty much the last bit of the matter there for me. That's the last bit of rebuttal that I get after you. So I know I don't do
Okay, well, I'm not giving you any rebuttal because I'm going to indicate, sir, how do you support yourself?
How do I support myself? I'm gonna wait, so I guess I'm gonna wait it out, so I don't really care. What does it matter, I guess, is the question at this point.
What does,
In this matter, what does this matter in this matter, I guess, is my question, Your Honor.
well, sir, there are certain factors I have to take into consideration when assessing bond. And,
It's okay, whatever you want to do. However you, okay.
you asked me a question, you need to give me an opportunity to respond. So I need to assess how I'm going to set your bond, what conditions I'm going to set, if any. I cannot determine all that without having all the information. So I find it's relevant, I'm asking you those questions. You're indicating you've worked in Nebraska, or you've lived and worked in Nebraska and Kansas. Okay, so then I need to make sure that you have some ties sufficiently here in the state of Michigan that is going to give me confidence that you're going to be returning to court.
I'm from Trenton my whole life, so, and I'm always here, so, for now.
Except when you're in Nebraska and Kansas, or coast to coast. So that's my question. How long have you been back here?
I don't know, X amount of months. Trust me, I'll be here. I don't want a warrant in my home state that I've lived in my whole life, you know, where I come back after every job. So, every 6 weeks we get an R&R. So we work about 100 hours a week.
How long have you been back in Michigan?
Long time, 6 months now. Just about, since all the suspension and stuff happened. But no, at this point, it's hard to get a regular job. You've seen top of the world, basically.
Well, you can't work for,
I'm a king. I'm a king. So I do my job, and that's it.
what does the king mean? What does that mean?
A king means that I'm the 1% in the whole world that climbed wind turbines in this whole world. So and I will stay and remain king.
King or king?
King, God. King.
K-I-N-G.
King, a king. A king. Because I'm a Napoleon. You know the Napoleons from Trenton too? That's another reason. We work hard our whole life. You know them?
I know the name.
Yeah, masons, brick masons,
Okay.
break our back. I've had 2 back surgeries. I'm not going back to something regular. And now I know that I'm an elite level climber, elite level worker. I will not go back to something regular. It just is what it is. But I promise you, I ain't gonna leave this thing unless it's for work. And if I have to be back on the 26th, I'm here. On the 25th.
again, sir, how do you afford to feed yourself, or how do you afford rent? Who do you
I'm gonna
live
have
with?
an EBT at this point. At this point, I've gotten the EBT card. And it's fucking embarrassing.
Okay, first of all, you're on the record,
Embarrassing, sorry.
so,
I guess, I don't know, maybe I have to.
Let me get this straight.
Plan how I'm gonna get a job.
you're in the elite 1%,
I don't care. Okay.
and now you're too good to work anywhere else.
Yes, that's correct.
But you're going to have the state pay for your food.
Yes, because I've never collected unemployment one time, 7 years. That's why.
So, sir, is there not, excuse me, is there not a union in the state of Michigan that you can work for that does
No.
the same type of work that you do?
No, because they're peons. That's what it is, because they don't do nothing. They give us 30 hours at a union millwright job in Port Huron, 30 hours. I don't do that. I do 106 hours.
Yeah, well,
I don't
sir,
have lunch breaks and brunch breaks as a grown man, and the union has no protection. So if I'm gonna work somewhere, I'd rather have protection. All these Ford guys, not my uncle, was I guess I call my uncle, my mom's cousin. He worked at Ford truck plant, and he's been laid off like 10 times, so. I don't work for the union.
okay. Well, here's what the court's going to do. Well, first I'm gonna ask you, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Zero, nothing. Weed, I smoke a lot of weed, that's about it. And I've been a patient since 2015.
So do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, I don't, and I don't need one right now.
Okay. so
And
that's the
tell the
question.
cops when they stop me.
I don't even know what to say about your behavior. Sir, your behavior is so outrageous, it's unbelievable.
But how? I'm just.
You're saying nothing's in your system, then you're saying that there's weed, and you've been a patient, and you don't need a medical marijuana card. Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to be submitting 30 job applications because you're not going to be unemployed.
Okay,
You are also going to go on job interviews if you're called. You're also going to not smoke marijuana since you do not have a valid medical marijuana card right now.
no, I will, because I'm allowed to in the state of Michigan, ma'am, am I not? Am I not?
Sir, you're also allowed to use alcohol, and as a condition of your bond, you are not to use any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. How about that?
Okay.
You don't have any alcohol prescribed, you don't have any marijuana prescribed, right?
Yep, I guess so.
And
This is not even a weed case, but I don't know what we're.
Okay, listen to the judge, please.
I am, but I guess I'm getting thrown to the ringer here or something. Yes. I don't know how I can't smoke weed in the state of Michigan, it's legal. As long as I'm not driving a vehicle, right? I'm just question, right?
sir,
Whatever you want me to do, I guess. So I'll get a list of them for this. Sure, how long probation. Laughed at, sir. Am I just getting laughed at?
No, you're not.
you are not. I am actually finding it unbelievable that you do not know when to stop talking. And your comments that you're making, sir, your comments are laughable. I'm not saying you're laughable, your comments that you're making are laughable. Your thought process is laughable at this point with what you're stating to this court.
It's not my fault, I'm not working, sir.
No, sir, it is your fault. You're choosing to not get employed anywhere. You're choosing to not go work anywhere because it's beneath you. No, you don't need to say anything else. Nothing else. You never know when you're going to get called in for testing, sir, so make sure you're not using any more marijuana.
Okay.
And if you need it for medicinal purposes, then you need to have a prescription submitted by your treating physician, somebody that you have a doctor-patient relationship with.
Okay. 2 back surgeries, by the way. Just wanted to let you know. Before the
You indicated that, so I said no more talking. There's nothing else I need to hear from you at this point. You need to submit into the probation department or actually into the 27th district court via email, or you can drop it off. Since you're not working, you have time to drop it off, I presume. Proof of where you applied, how you applied, what position it was for. You have to submit those by every Monday for the week, the preceding week.
Sure. Thank you.
Anything else, council?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you can stop at the window to get the email address for the court, and then you have to stop over probation to get interviewed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Tino U616, can you please unmute and tell me your name?
Nicole Cochran.
Okay, why are you on Zoom?
Ma'am, I tried for over a week to try to get to you. I had no ride, no way there. I've tried everyone I know. I have no family, no friends, no way of getting there.
Okay, well, ma'am, this was scheduled 9 a.m. You didn't zoom in until noon.
Till noon?
Ma'am, this was scheduled at 9 a.m. You appeared in the waiting room around noon today.
Because I called the court and I let them know at 8:30 that I would try every option I could. There was no way I could get in there. If I could reschedule and try to find another ride, I could, that would be the option. She said she called back at a little after 11 saying to do the Zoom.
Ma'am, where do you reside? What city?
I'm sorry?
What city do you reside in?
Taylor right now.
Okay, and do you work?
Right now, no, I don't.
How do you support yourself?
I'm on Social Security right now. My next step is to get my ID so I can get a job.
Okay, so then there's Uber options, there's Lyft, there's the bus, there's options, ma'am.
I don't have no card. My money is right now, it's suspended due to what this ticket is for. So I'm trying to get it unsuspended. It's gonna take a while.
Well, your attorney is not here anymore, ma'am. Your attorney is your doctor, so he's not here anymore. Did you contact your attorney at all?
I don't know who my attorney is.
Ma'am, you can find the bus routes, can you not?
I guess I'm getting a warrant because there's no way I can get there. I've tried every option. I have no money for bus fare, none of this. I can try my payee again and try to get in there tomorrow. But I have another court date tomorrow. In
Hold
Trenton.
on, one more, please. Please stay put for a moment until I figure out what I'm doing with you, since you didn't appear as you were supposed to. Let's go on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Jordan Chatham, 231813 A and B. Cochran. Ms. Cochran. Ms. Cochran.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so have you contacted anybody about getting to court? That's what you said you were doing.
No, I can't get anybody right now. I can probably get somebody by the end of the week.
What are you
If
saying,
that's at all
Judge?
possible.
Yes. Yes, Tanja? Well, ma'am, we only have a wind-up prosecutor on Tuesdays.
I cannot hear anything.
We only have a wind-up prosecutor on Tuesdays, not on any other day of the week.
Is there any way I can come next Tuesday?
We have a jury trial next Tuesday, and we still have a full docket before that. Yeah, but you were mailed notice of this date back on September 7th.
I never got that notice. I went to my parents' address and my parents don't want anything to do with me, so they didn't give me the information.
Well, ma'am, how are we supposed to know where you live if you don't change your address? We can't go chasing people down.
Oh, well, because the whole situation that I was arrested for this, the officers did not even ask me any of this information. It's a long story. That's why I wanted to talk to my attorney
Ma'am,
about it.
time out. Ma'am, time out. You know that your address is your parents' address.
That's on my ID. Right now, it is not my parent. I'm not with my parents.
I understand that. My point is this, you know the address that's on your ID, so it's your responsibility to make sure that whatever police agency or court that you may be at has your most recent information.
I understand that, yes, and I tried to tell them that. They didn't listen.
Ma'am, what's your address?
Right now, my address is 118-111 Telegraph Road, Room 9, Taylor,
Oh,
Michigan.
hold on. There are not 6 digits in the address.
Okay. 11811 Telegraph Road, Taylor, Michigan, Room 9.
Okay, you're at a hotel?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been there?
About 2 months.
Okay. Ma'am, if you're tested today, what's in your system?
I'm sorry?
If you are tested today, what is in your system?
The only thing that would be in my system, to be honest with you, would be marijuana.
Ma'am, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that you can come in tomorrow for your arraignment, and then we'll have to set your pretrial out a little bit for another date.
I have court in Trenton at 8 a.m., I believe.
So how are you
I
going to
can
get
come
there if you
right
couldn't even
after
get
from
here?
there.
How are you going to get here if you couldn't get there? Or how are you
I
going to
don't
get
know.
there
I
if
have
you
to
couldn't
figure
get
all
here?
this
It sounds
out.
like a
I
Dr.
may have a
Seuss book.
ride for that tomorrow. Because everything's just all messed up.
Ma'am, I have to tell you, you don't look as though, you look as though you're on something.
No, I'm not on
I'm
anything.
looking at your eyes. I'm looking at your eyes.
I'm not on anything. It's because of what I've been through. I don't sleep. I'm not eating. And I'm trying to get mental help. And then they refused. They sent me home. And I couldn't get admitted for that.
I will give
I'm
you
not
until
having
tomorrow.
a good.
I will give you until tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
What time tomorrow?
I said I will give you until tomorrow by 11 o'clock. So anytime
11 o'clock.
by 11
Okay.
o'clock.
Thank you.
Ma'am, if you don't appear, you will have a warrant for your arrest.
I understand that completely. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, bye, Tanja.
Okay, Judge. Have a great night.